Chapter 2 Up from Down Under. That summer, let's see, I'm still living in the basement, my own private down under, in the little room Grim built for me there. Glued up this cheap paneled, right? It's sort of looks away from the country cellar walls, a regular ripple effect. But do I complain about the crummy paneling or the roof that smells like low tide? I do not, because I liked it in the down under. Got the place all to myself and not fear of Graham sticking his head in the door and saying, Maxwell, dear, what are you doing? Now that I ever do much of anything, Grim has it fixed in his head. I'm a dangerous age, and they need to get me under observation. Like I might make bombs or start a fire, or break out the local beds with my trusty sized torch, or whatever, except I never had a sly shot. It was Grim who had one when he was my age. The proof is right there in the family photo album. You can see this blurry little miniature Grim with not formed teeth, grinning at the camera and yanking back his prehistoric side shot. Good for racking masters, probably. Choose proper targets, Grim says, closing up the photo album's end of discussions. Like, oops, better hide the evidence. Don't want to give the dangerous boy any ideas. Not that I have any ideas. My brain is vacant, okay? I'm just this creature hiding out in the basement, drawing in my comic books or whatever I write. I never actually draw, but you get the picture. Anyhow, this is the first day of July, already counting down to the 4th, and wondering where I can get an M80, which is supposed to have the explosive powers of a quarter stick of dynamite or something, and when it goes off, your heart thurs to stop for a microsecond. Wow. Which is probably what Grim is afraid of. Maxwell's armed with dynamite. So finally, I get forward in the downtown dirt and I hand it out in the so-called backyard. Your basic count of change link haven't. Grim keeps the crumpy little mower in the shed. But what's the point of mowing dirt, right? Okay. And out there messing around, and that's when I see the moving band. Not your mainstream, not your wife, brand name movie either, just some cheap local outfit. These big beavers dudes in their sweaty undershins looking stuff into the duplex half that's been vacant since last Christmas, when the two friends who live there finally got busted. At first, I think that the friend is back. He's out of jail or whatever, and he's moving his stuff back in. Then I see the fair one. Not that I knew her name. That was a little while later. At first, she's a glimpse. Caught her going between the band and the front door, talking to the birds. I'm thinking, hey, I know her. And then I'm thinking, no way. Bad head. No way do you know a female that beautiful. Because she looks like some kind of movie star, wearing these old jeans and baggy t-shirt, and her long hair is tied back, and she's probably sweating, but she still looks like a movie star. Like she was disglued, a second spotlight that follows her around and makes her eyes light up. And I'm thinking, well, this improves the odd neighborhood. You are thinking, yeah, right. The gun is barely out of 7th grade. Who does he think he is? All I'm saying that Fair Win had star quality, and even a total moral can see it. And the reason she looked familiar is I must have seen her bringing Freak to daycare way back in the dark age, because the next thing I notice is this creeped out yellow-haired mixed kid strutting around the sidewalk, giving orders to the birds. He's going, "Hey you, doofus. Yeah, you, with the hairy face. Take it easy with that box. That box contains a computer. You know what a computer is?" I can't believe it. But then I'm sneaking along the street to say what's going on. And there is this weird-looking dude. He's got a normal-sized head, but the rest of him is shorter than a yardstick, and kind of sushi in a way that means he can stand up straight and make his chest put out. And he's waving his crutch around and yelling up at the movers. "Hey, Wen," one of the birds says, "can you give that kid a pill or something? He's driving us nuts." So Wen comes out of the house and pulls the hair out of her big brown eyes, and she goes, "Kevin, go play in the backyard, okay? But my computer." "Your computer is fine. Leave the men alone. They'll be done soon, and then we can have lunch." But this time, I hunkering around in front of the place, trying to maintain a cautious attitude, except, like I said, my feet are going wild that year, and I keep trying over everything. Cracks in the side walls, and on the side walls, shadows, anything. Then the strange little Jew turned herself around, and he catches signs of me, and he lifts a crutch and points it up at my head and goes, "Identify yourself, Earthin." I'm busy keeping my fist for trying and don't get that he missed me. I say, "Identify yourself, Earthin, or suffer the consequence." I'm like, "What?" Before I can decide whether or not to tell him my name or which name, because by now I recognize him as the weird little robot kid from daycare, and maybe he reminds me as Kicker. Anyhow, before I can say a word, he pulls a trigger on the crowd and makes a weapon nose and goes, "Then die, either die." I motor out of there without saying a word, because I'm pretty sure he really means it. The way he points that crotch is only part of it. You have to see the look in his eyes. Man, that little Jew really hates me. He wants me to die.